Alright, Corey Kinsey asked a question, actually 4 questions about the Carvin V3, and there's something like this. Can it do recto and Überschall tones? How much low end is there? Does it handle heavily detuned 7 and 8 string guitars or just a detuned 6 string guitar like I've got here? And how much clarity can you get when you're playing in drop tunings with high gain? So hopefully I can answer those questions. The V3 is interesting in that on each of the gain channels you have a 3-way voicing switch, intense, center, and thick. And the intense and center settings to me are the ones that if you're playing metal are really, really effective. I like the intense setting if you want to get like kind of a recto kind of sound, and the center setting is more your like Überschall or 5150 kind of thing. The EQ controls are highly interactive, as well as the master section where we've got this bright, mid-cut and deep switch. So to answer the question about low end and handling detuned guitars, let's get started with that one there, because what I'm going to do is I have the bass at noon. I'm going to turn the deep switch to noon. The mids I'll have around 3. I've got the mid-cut absolutely cranked and the bright all the way off. Presence halfway, treble a little bit past halfway, and this guitar has Martin A. Smith pickups, which are basically vintage style pickups, and this is what it sounds like with the drive at, where is it, about 1 o'clock. I'm in drop C too. So it's not too bad, it's a little thin sounding. What we can do is try to wind the bass up. I'm going to set the bass to 3 o'clock. Have a listen to this. Which certainly thickens things up. What we can do though is leave the bass where it is at 5 and use the deep control. I'll set that to 3 o'clock, and this is way more of a recto kind of thing, like a low end resonance. So I don't know, it sort of like has a character all of its own. It's not particularly like recto or Überschall. You can definitely get close to those kind of sounds, but then again, those amps themselves can do so many things. So it's kind of hard to say that, you know, this is a recto sound and this is an Uber sound or any other amp. But by playing around with the mid-range control and the active EQ and the interactive EQ, I find you get quite a range of really usable high-gain sounds. To answer the second part of the question, where we're talking about like heavily detuned guitars or 7 and 8 strings and having lots of chord clarity, what I've done is I've tuned this guitar. The low string is A and the rest of it's down a whole step. So this is with, what do we got going on here? This is with the mids kind of cranked, the center channel drive at 1 o'clock, and the bright all the way off, mid cut all the way up, deep basically all the way up. Sounds pretty cool. so hopefully that answers the question. Like I said, depending on the amount of gain you use and especially the amount of the bass and deep control you balance out, you can kind of get anything from really, I don't want to say tinny, but sort of like really mid-focused and clear to just all-out scoop. So yeah, hopefully Corey, you enjoyed that video, and everybody else who's watching, if you've got suggestions or questions you would like answered with the video, just leave a comment. I would be happy to try them out if possible. And in the meantime, here's a track that I quickly put together with this amp. I literally took like 10 minutes to program some drums, and Corey asked for like a Fear Factory style thing, and yeah, this is this isn't a Fear Factory style thing. This is just a heavy thing that I put together after listening to Demanufacture for a day. So yeah, enjoy, subscribe, and you know, be good to one another. I'll see you around soon.